This man, of course, I'm sure has the pay-per-view rolling as well. He's the Chief Operating Officer of Ring of Honor Wrestling, Joe Koff, who's been on the show before.
Yep.
We appreciate you joining us. Joe, thank you so much.
Thank you for the time.
Thanks for having us here. And listen, you've got to be just as excited as we are for what we're about to see in an hour or so.
You can't exactly. And first of all, let me thank you two guys for being such fans and support of Ring of Honor, because that's what Ring of Honor is about. Ring of Honor is that feeling. Ring of Honor is that brand. Ring of Honor is that excitement. And when we come to New York, and it's special because the fans in New York, as you well know, are special. They understand our product. They look for things to happen. And in an evening like tonight at Terminal 5, which is, like you said, available only on pay-per-view, they are going to see everything plus some.
And you always have a beautiful woman next to you, too. Every time I see you at any big media event. And, you know, and a passionate Ring of Honor, not only personality, but a longtime fan as well.
She is fantastic. So let me introduce to you Veda Scott.
Hello.
And Veda has been with us from the time that Sinclair bought the product. Veda does a lot of jobs for us. She's a very, very talented performer, very, very important in our locker room interviews, in managing in the ring. And she's a joy to have. And there are tons of pictures around of Veda and I. So welcome, Veda.
Well, thank you for having me too, you guys.
Well, I have a Veda tattoo. I don't want to take off my shirt right now to show you.
I thought that was Vader.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Veda.
Okay, very good. So, Joe, you know, a night like tonight, there's a lot that goes into it because, listen, putting on any event is not easy. But then you compound that with throwing the pay-per-view element into it. And how much of time consumption, of thought, of planning goes into a night tonight when you throw in pay-per-view underneath the event itself?
I think from the event standpoint, it makes it special, which it's going to be. But you know that any night you've come to Ring of Honor events, whether it's pay-per-view, iPay-per-view, or just a house show, the job that our guys do, it's not pay-per-view, non-pay-per-view. It is them at their excellence. It's our wrestlers, our performers, performing their craft to the expectation of the fan. And, you know, something special that's going to happen tonight, for those of you who have never seen Ring of Honor, please order the pay-per-view now, because if you're a wrestling fan or if you've been a wrestling fan and you've been wanting to see wrestling the way you remember it, tonight is the night to get that opportunity. Because there are going to be moments tonight, and Veda, I know you can speak to this, where magic happens in the arena. Magic is going to happen at Terminal 5. When the fans' expectations are met by the wrestler's performance. When the wrestler's expectations of themselves are met, all of a sudden the spontaneity in the crowd, I have to tell you, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it. And the first time I saw a Ring of Honor event, every single time I've seen one since, I feel that special kinship, that special relationship, and it makes me so happy to be doing what we're doing.
And it's one of those things in Ring of Honor, and Doug and I have been saying this for years. Once you've seen Ring of Honor, you're hooked. I mean, yeah, it's one thing to watch it on pay-per-view, and hopefully there's a big reaction to the pay-per-view, but there is nothing like seeing Ring of Honor. And I think once you've made that commitment to watch it, and once you've made that commitment to buy the pay-per-view tonight, you're going to be hooked.
Yeah, and I'd like to tell all your fans, and again, I know you have a wide reach of audience, as you should, because your show's excellent, and you guys are excellent.
Thank you.
We're on in every Sinclair broadcast market, which is about 60 to 70 markets. So if you haven't seen Ring of Honor in your local markets, and you're a Sinclair market, and all you have to do is check your local listings and just put in your search Ring of Honor, you'll know right away. This is something that has to be seen first, and then I'm going to encourage you to come to an event if we come to your town, because it's hard to translate Ring of Honor live onto TV. We come close, and our guys do an unbelievable job. But when you're in the arena and you feel that palpable moment that I was just talking about, where that spontaneous chanting goes into effect, there's nothing like it in any sport. And back to your question, Doug, about does the pay-per-view itself add an additional burden? You know, I'm very fortunate. I have excellent performers that work for me. I have an excellent production crew that works for me. And I have an excellent support team that really takes on this responsibility. So my biggest worry on a night like this is that everything just goes out and goes out cleanly.
Absolutely.
That's really, once I know that feed is up and that feed is feeding, I'm a fan, and anyone who knows me, who's seen me in the arenas, knows I'm in every corner of the arena. I go out where the fans are. I want to see the wrestling from their perspective, because at the end of the day, the reason why we're in this is I'm a mark, and I love the business, and I was able to show my company the value of having professional wrestling as a content program, and that's why we're here.
This is a man after my own heart, by the way.
Absolutely.
Wait till the feed is up, and then you could kind of settle in.
As a tech guy, I knew you'd appreciate that.
Yeah, we
exactly
all have
what to
that.
say.
You know, when
Oh, my God.
when we were doing iPay-per-views, and Ring of Honor was a pioneer in iPay-per-view technology.
But you took some hits.
We always take hits because, and again, I'm not apologizing, because I think you as fans and anyone who pays for subscription service like Sirius or what you guys are, you're entitled to get what you pay for.
Sure.
But there's so many end user instances where speed is a problem on the end user side that we always took the brunt of every problem, whether it was self-originated or it was generated at the other end. And quite frankly, it started to detract a little too much from what we were doing. So we took a hiatus, as you well know, from the iPay-per-view, went back to the drawing boards, brought in a lot of different iPay-per-view providers, and then we said, you know what, it's time for us to go on the bird. And that's why we're doing what we're doing tonight. And I'm really excited.
It also speaks to the success of the company, because by going to the bird, as Joe says, by going to a traditional model of pay-per-view, that means the finances get taken up a notch, which I look at it from the business standpoint of Ring of Honor must be doing well for you to be able to take this step.
We are doing well. I mean, we have built our business in a very methodical way, and it's the way I intended it to be, and we're at the point where we should be. 2014 has been an amazing year for us. Houses we revisited from 2013 were all up in attendance. Merchandise sales are up in attendance. Ratings in markets are sensational. So it's a slow process, as you well know. It's and especially when you're compared. And look, I do the same thing. And I have the utmost respect for the other organization. And I'm talking about the one with 3 letters that start with W, have W in the middle and end in E. Those guys are fantastic at what they do. But I want to tell you something. If you're a wrestling fan, you want to watch Ring of Honor. We even heard Vince say that on his own pay-per-view.
It's not a pro wrestling company.
And I give him, he called his locker room slackers or whatever he was saying, or they weren't, the heart wasn't in it. And I think I'm paraphrasing wrong, so I apologize to you, Vince. But I understood what he was saying. You come to a Ring of Honor event, you watch Veda Scott in the ring, you watch Adam Cole, you watch Jay Briscoe. You see people with heart putting everything out on the line the way Steve Austin was hoping to see in the WWE.
And we've been saying that. You guys are now holding that flag for pro wrestling. You are pro wrestling. You don't make no bones about it. You make no excuses, no apologies. So I think that is really why the fan is going to be in the Ring of Honor.
And I need the fan. I need the fan to watch it, to believe in it, and to support it, because we are wrestling. They're sports entertainment. We're an entertaining sport. And when I say we're a sport, we're athletes. We are incredible, incredible tacticians. We're incredible mat people. We're athletic. We're good-looking.
Veda wouldn't be here if it was sports entertainment. The only reason Veda is in his locker room right now is because it's pro wrestling. Am I right?
That is completely true. And it's exactly like you've said. We've never shied away from the fact that this is a professional wrestling company. And yes, it's entertaining. Yes, we are very skilled performers, but when it comes down to it, we say it all the time, this is the best professional wrestling on the planet. And every single person in this locker room will hold to that.
Thank you, Veda. Joe, before we let you go, I'm getting the hook sign, but I got to ask you this because this is exciting to me. Tell me about Atlanta. And I specifically mention Atlanta because that's a Sinclair step into syndication.
It is.
For me, living here in the New York tri-state area, we can't watch Ring of Honor on television, but I feel like this is a step in the right direction for somebody like me, and who knows what the future might hold. Am I fair in saying
you are fair in saying it, and I will tell you, not to tease you, we are actually in conversations with a broadcast entity inside of the tri-state area.
Wow.
Which could bring Ring of Honor to the New York area. Atlanta was terrific. WATL is our station. It's got a storied history. They were a pioneer enough to say, yes, we want to be part of Ring of Honor. And we're going to be going there on February 21st. So if you're in the Atlanta area listening and you're not familiar with Ring of Honor, get the pay-per-view tonight.
Nice.
And I guarantee you'll be buying a seat for that show in Atlanta.
That is great news. Because we need it. As wrestling fans, we need to see more Ring of Honor, and this is a step in the definite right direction.
And for an executive like yourself, the need is one thing. The want is there as well. You got to have the passion. You got to have the want, and that is what we're going to see tonight. We are damn excited to be here, Joe. Thank you so much for your time, Veda, as well for you. And I'm sure you're looking forward to a great show. So are we.
Thank you for having us, guys.
Thank you.